Welcome back to Sarita's Garden. It is Saturday, October 12th, after Hurricane Milton, but more specifically after we got hit by a tornado on Wednesday. I think that was October 10th, 5 p.m. It hit our street. I don't know how much this showed up in our prior videos, but this was a huge oak tree, and you can see how all the limbs have been snapped and severed. And then you can see the power line that we share with our neighbors that also snapped at the bottom. Here's our other oak tree, and you know, they were probably pretty similar in size. However, this one was bigger, so that gives you any sense of how tall that was. And pardon the background, there's generators running at our neighbor's house because they don't have power and we don't have power, so when I get onto the other side you'll hear our generator. But anyway, here's the power line that snapped. It's been since Wednesday, today's Saturday. No word yet from FPL on repairing that and restoring power. A lot of other people affected as well. Brad has righted up a lot of the bananas that fell over in this region. So this is the northwest corner. We'll just take a quick peek, and I'll divide these videos up into shorter segments so it's not one big long one. But our amazing neighbors, their entire family came out on Thursday and cut down the whole oak tree. It's mostly up on the street level there. They've already dragged it all out, but very nicely they left us lots of logs so that we can use them for our beds. Yeah, so the oak tree was completely laying over this fence. You can see how it's a bit banged up there. And yeah, we got one branch of the oak. Let's see, this branch is from the oak tree that flew over here in the tornado. It was in the bamboo, but the bamboo didn't seem to suffer, so that was just fine. And I'm going to take you through the rest of the food forest. It's still a little squishy in the floor, in the grass. We have had a lot of rain. We didn't have any effects from Hurricane Milton on Thursday. Nothing. I don't even think that I don't know if we even got any precipitation, but we had the prelims. We had the tornado the day before, which apparently tornadoes are common now in Florida along the right side of the hurricane before it's going to come in. There were a lot of tornadic events all through, particularly eastern Florida on the East Coast. So, you know, this guy's falling over. He'll be okay. We did have a lot of branches off that tree come down, but everything through here is pretty good. We lost a lot of bananas. Some of this, as I'm talking to moringas, bent over here. See that tall guy? This clusia got pretty banged up, so it's kind of snapped. We gotta trim that all back. And if you remember any of our prior videos, like, this didn't look as open before, so Brad has already done a lot of chopping and removing things, so it looks actually in better shape now than it did. This Jamaican cherry right here was bent over completely to the right, and Brad's gotten that back up. Hopefully it'll hold, because we are short on stakes. So let's see. This is our west fence line, and you know, Mexican sunflower, no big deal. That's bent over. This was some other things, just no big deal that those are severed. These are just kind of like, you know, chop and drop crops. That banana rack made it. You can see there, it's still hanging. Some of them didn't. And then into this bed, it's definitely still pretty wet down here. But not too bad. So in here we had one banana that was snapped and severed. It was standing right there. If you can see these two, there was another one in the bunch, and it had a almost mature rack of bananas. So that snapped and was resting in the water here. So we cut those bananas off and brought them in. They should ripen. This mango was leaning over completely horizontal to the right, but Brad's righted it up. Looks like it's kind of holding itself a little bit. The thing too is that it's wet, so things aren't kind of holding very well with the roots because of the excess moisture. So we still have bananas. The mats are still here. It's just we lost a lot of the ones that had fruit, and you know, we're closer to harvest. So this is the west side, and I'll stop that there, and I'll do another video for the south and moving around. Well, take that back. Let's just get this area. Wow, this is pretty, this got mangled. But again, this was just, you know, these trench ditches behind there. This was a lot of Mexican sunflower, bananas. Looks like we lost a banana there because Brad just cut it back. The roselle took a beating for sure. Oh God, that one did snap off. I thought that one was gonna make it, but you can see that snap there in the center. That was just laying over, so it might rebound. Cassava. We had papaya and cassava here, so we've got cassava bent over. These don't do well in the wind. Haven't quite investigated down in there too much to see how affected the roots were, and if the roots are there, if we can stand that back up and prop it. This whole papaya is down. You can see the fruit in there. Yeah, that does look like there's a little bit of snapping there on that root, so not sure. That one might be a loss. It's disheartening, but you know, our house was unharmed, so we do have a lot to be grateful for. This cassava looks like Brad got it to stand up a little bit, so maybe that has some hope. You know, these are about 2 months from harvesting, so I've understood that the last 2 months is where you get like 50% of the size in the cassava. So we'll see. We'll have to dig around in there. But one thing we got to be careful about is fire ants. Brad got stung numerous times yesterday with all the rain we've had in the past week and a half, which has been a lot, several inches. Yeah, those fire ants just really come up. They're trying to survive and get out of the ground, and they're up and right near your feet. All right, thanks for watching.